Hello, today I would like to present you how to replace SATA drive that you've got inside this Nexto pellet bridge enclosure. It presents like this, and as you can see we've got the SATA interface, we've got a USB 3.0 interface, and it's going to be carrying your SATA drive, and that drive inside that enclosure can be put into Nexto bridge device, and you slide them here. So let me remove the cover, and you can replace your pellet, and you can easily swap your drive while it's being securely mounted inside. In my case, we are going to be using two solid-state drive, but of course that can be a spinning drive. To open our enclosure, we've got absolutely no problem. They are being delivered empty, not like with a red camera when you've got a fancy enclosure and you are being told to not open it and not to play around. Here you've got it empty and you are being told to just put your drive as you need and you can upgrade it. We open it like this, and this is what we've got inside. We've got our metal enclosure that gives additional protection to our drive. We've got that silicone sleeve that's protecting through a possible impact or accommodate different size of our drive. From manufacturer, we've got recommendation what kind of drive we should use, but it is just recommendation and you could choose any you want. Inside we've got the SATA interface going to disk, a pass through into that connector that is interfacing our device, and for computer we've got a tiny USB 3.0 bridge. That pellet is going to be my backup drive, and because of that I go with a smaller capacity of 2 terabytes. We are going to attach our silicone sleeve, so we take a look where is the cutout. The cutout go to our SATA ports. We just go like this. Now we have to align it. Here we've got the interface, and it will go like this. We have to ask ourselves, is it going to be rattling around? But looks like it's going to be totally okay. If you've got a slimmer drive, you can put something to make sure that it's not going to be putting any stress on the SATA interface. Now we can put our enclosure back, and we are going to make an absolutely beautiful sandwich. This is how it presents. We are going to add our 2 screws. I would say it's ready. Now we have to make sure that I will never pull that pellet by accident. So let's add a beautiful label. Let's call it a backup. That one is going to be backup. Let's print it out on black and white. And this is going to be absolutely beautiful. Just take a look. We are going to peel the label, and we are going to make sure that we've got it that side. As you can see, it presents absolutely beautiful. And now if I stuff it into my device, we know that that one is a backup and should not be pulled unless we've got a real emergency. And we are going to repeat the same process with the another one. Here, as you can see, I've got already drive populated. So we are going to nicely remove it from our silicone sleeve, set it aside, and let's open our box. And we've got our beautiful drive. We align it properly. We are making sure the interface ended up here. We go like that. We are attaching the SATA interface. And it looks absolutely beautiful. That one is a 4 terabyte model. We are making sure we go correct way. We nicely secure it. We've got our beautiful label and we are going to stick it like this. Our 2 drives are mounted into pellets. We've got them nicely labeled and we are ready to insert them into our bridge to format them and make some basic testing. First, I will follow with the drive called backup. This is a 2 terabyte drive and I would like to label it exactly the same way. So we are going to grab our pellet and insert it nicely. I will go with just 1 drive at the time, but we've got absolutely no problem in doing 2 at once. So let me turn on our bridge and it should display information that our drive is unformatted and that we need to erase it to make it fully compatible with that device. As you can see, our disk is being detected, but we've got information that is not formatted. We are going to hit our disk. We need to fully understand that everything that we've got is going to be erased. This is a new drive, so I do not get any important data, so we are going to follow. Now we are being asked to put our name and I will call it a backup. Just like that, we are going to hit enter, OK. And we've got a question. We are going to confirm and we are executing. And as you can see, it's ready to use. And we are going to insert our another drive. That one is being called edit. And I would like to follow the same naming convention. So we just insert it like that. And we are going to turn on our device and let the drive being recognized. As you can see, our second drive was successfully detected. This is the 4 terabyte drive. We are going to follow exactly the same procedure and erase it, calling it edit. This is going to be our edit drive and we follow exactly the same procedure. It's going to be erase. And now our 2 drive should be available for use. And as you can see, the M copy is ready. Both our drives are present and we can use that device. Now we are going to do some basic testing to prove that everything is working correctly. I'm going to grab my Sony camera and that SD card. We are going to feed the camera with our memory card. We are going to turn it on and we are going to flip the screen open. And now we are ready to record some footage. So we are just going to turn on the recording and let me go to my MacBook. And as you can see, we are nicely recording. We are nicely zooming in. We can of course use the ring to get a faster action, and we are recording all the time and everything is working just fine. We are going to stop our recording. We are going to let it save the data and we are going to turn our camera off. Now we are going to pull our memory card. That SD card contains our extremely important footage that we would like to duplicate into those two solid state drive at once. Later we would like to pull our edit drive, attach it to the MacBook computer for future editing. So let's do that. First we are going to turn our device on. Under that flap that is located over here, we've got our SD card slot that is built in. We are going to wait for the M-copy saying it's ready. M-copy says it's ready. We are going to insert our SD card. It's going to be detected, and we've got suggestion to copy onto both drive. We could make copy just into one drive, but we would like to make a double copy. And I will use the most secure way, copy and verify. Now we've got a question, do we want to change the folder name? I will hit change and I will rename it to test. So we've got information, let me correct that. Test, okay. So we know exactly what kind of folder do we've got. We've of course got a date in front. We hit OK. We accept that. And as you can see, we are making our copy. Here you can nicely see the progress. Now it's being verified, so we are going to get 100% secure copy. And everything is okay. We've got information to remove the SD card, and we are going to do exactly the same. If I would get another card, I could stick it into the device and follow exactly the same process in one motion. So let me turn our device off. And now we are going to pull our two drives, and we are going to make sure that we've got our actual copy. Over here I've got a USB 3.0 to USB-C cable, and this is how I'm going to attach my edit pellet into MacBook computer. So we are going to pull our first pellet that is called edit. Let me show you that. You pull it like this. And on that end, we've got our USB 3.0 interface. So it's just a matter to plug it in like that. And here we've got a LED indicator for access. And that end go into my MacBook. Our drive is being detected on the desktop. We are going to open it. We go to NSB root. We've got our name with a test. We go to the folder, private, and we've got the HVCD. We are going to open it with a QuickTime. And as you can see, we've got our video from the Sony camera. And as you can see, everything is working perfect. I will close it down. I will unmount our volume. And I will disconnect it. It was our edit drive. And I will pull our backup. I will attach it again. And this is the drive in case any emergency. Our drive was nicely mounted with a correct name. We go to NSB root. Exactly the same file structure, HVCD. And we've got our video, and as you can see, it nicely play from the disk. So we've got exactly the same content, and in case we've made any critical mistake, we can recover from that pellet. As you were able to see, everything worked absolutely beautiful. With a couple clicks, we managed to copy our SD card into those two drives for later use. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find it interesting. See you next time and bye bye.